Have you ever wished you could just look at someone and instantly know what they're really thinking? Imagine the power of being able to read people like an open book, to understand their true feelings, intentions, and motivations with a single glance. In this video, I'm going to share 12 proven psychological tricks that will give you that superpower. These insightful techniques will forever change the way you interact with and understand the people in your life. Are you ready to become a master of human perception? Let's dive in. Number 1. Observe body language. One of the most reliable ways to read people is by paying close attention to their body language. The way someone carries themselves, the position of their limbs, and the subtleties of their facial expressions can reveal a wealth of information about their internal state. For example, have you ever noticed how a person's posture changes when they're feeling anxious or defensive? Or how someone's eyes might dart around the room when they're feeling uncomfortable? By learning to decode these nonverbal cues, you'll gain incredible insight into what people are really thinking and feeling, even if they're trying to hide it. And the best part is, it's a skill that anyone can develop with a little practice. So get ready to start reading people like a pro. Number 2. Listen to tone of voice. While body language is a powerful tool for understanding people, there's another equally important aspect to consider: the way they speak. The tone, pace, and inflection of a person's voice can provide invaluable clues about their emotional state and thought processes. For instance, have you ever noticed how someone's voice might become higher-pitched and rapid when they're feeling nervous or excited? Or how a lower, more measured tone can signal seriousness or boredom? By attuning your ears to these subtle vocal nuances, you'll be able to pick up on things that people might be trying to conceal through their words alone. It's a skill that takes some practice, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be amazed at how much you can discern about someone's true feelings just by listening closely. Number 3. Watch for microexpressions. Have you ever caught a fleeting glimpse of an emotion on someone's face, only to have it disappear as quickly as it appeared? Those are called microexpressions, and they can be the key to unlocking a person's innermost thoughts and feelings. Microexpressions are involuntary facial movements that occur in a fraction of a second, often betraying an emotion that the person is trying to conceal. Learning to identify and interpret these tiny muscle movements takes practice, but the payoff is immense. Imagine being able to spot the momentary flicker of fear, the subtle twitch of a smile, or the brief furrow of the brow. All of these could provide invaluable insights into a person's true state of mind. It's a skill that's been used by everyone from security professionals to relationship counselors, and it can be a game changer for your own interpersonal relationships. So keep those eyes peeled and get ready to become a master of micro-expression detection. Number 4. Analyze mirroring behavior. Have you ever noticed how certain people just seem to click with one another, almost as if they're on the same wavelength? Well, there's a psychological phenomenon at play that can help explain this connection. It's called mirroring, and it's a powerful tool for reading people. Mirroring refers to the unconscious tendency we all have to subtly imitate the body language, gestures, and speech patterns of those around us. When two people are in sync, you'll often see them mirroring each other's movements and mannerisms, almost as if they're dancing in perfect harmony. But here's the really interesting part. The degree to which someone mirrors you can actually reveal a lot about their level of comfort, rapport, and connection with you. If they're mirroring you closely, it could be a sign that they feel a strong sense of rapport and are eager to build a positive relationship. On the other hand, if they're not mirroring your behavior at all, it may suggest a lack of connection or even discomfort. By learning to spot these mirroring patterns, you'll gain valuable insights into the underlying dynamics of your relationships. It's a subtle but powerful tool that can give you a real edge in all your interpersonal interactions. Number 5. Pay attention to verbal cues. While body language and vocal tone can provide a wealth of information, don't forget that the actual words a person uses can also be incredibly revealing. One key thing to listen for is what's known as hedging language, words and phrases like I think, maybe, perhaps, and kind of. When someone uses a lot of these types of qualifiers, it can suggest that they're feeling uncertain or lacking in confidence. Conversely, pay attention to any inconsistencies between what a person is saying and how they're saying it. If their verbal and nonverbal cues seem to be at odds, it could be a sign that they're concealing their true feelings or intentions. By becoming attuned to these subtle verbal nuances, you'll be able to read between the lines and gain a deeper understanding of what's really going on in a person's mind. Number 6. Observe subconscious behaviors. Have you ever noticed how people often engage in little subconscious behaviors without even realizing it? These tiny, involuntary movements can actually provide a wealth of information about a person's emotional state and cognitive processes. For example, have you ever noticed someone constantly fidgeting, playing with their hair, or tapping their foot? These types of restless, subconscious gestures can be a telltale sign of anxiety or discomfort. Or what about someone who's constantly checking their phone or glancing around the room? That could indicate a desire to escape the current situation or a lack of interest or engagement. By becoming attuned to these subtle subconscious cues, you'll be able to gain invaluable insights into what's really going on in a person's mind, even if they're trying to hide it. It's a skill that takes some practice to develop, but the payoff is huge. You'll be able to read people like never before. Number 7. Understand the importance of context. It's important to remember that when it comes to reading people, context is everything. The same behaviors and cues that might be perfectly normal in one setting could take on a very different meaning in another. For example, a person who seems fidgety and distracted in a business meeting might be perfectly calm and engaged in a social setting. Or someone who seems withdrawn and closed off in a formal interview might be warm and open in a more relaxed, casual environment. That's why it's so crucial to always consider the broader context in which you're observing a person's behavior. By taking the situation into account, you'll be able to interpret the signals you're picking up much more accurately and avoid jumping to the wrong conclusions. It's a nuanced skill, but one that will serve you well as you continue to hone your people reading abilities. Number 8. Recognize emotional contagion. Did you know that emotions can be highly contagious? It's true. The way we feel can have a profound impact on the people around us, often without us even realizing it. This phenomenon is known as emotional contagion, and it's a powerful force that can shape the dynamics of any social interaction. Have you ever noticed how the mood of a group can suddenly shift, almost as if someone has infected the others with their emotional state? This is emotional contagion in action, and it's something you need to be aware of if you want to become a master of reading people. By recognizing the ways in which emotions can spread and influence those around us, you'll be able to better understand the underlying currents at play in any social situation. You might even be able to use this knowledge to your advantage, steering the emotional tone of a conversation or interaction in a more positive direction. It's a fascinating and powerful concept, and one that can give you a real edge when it comes to reading and understanding the people in your life. Number 9. Observe clustered signals. When it comes to reading people, it's important to remember that a single behavioral cue or signal on its own may not tell the whole story. Instead, look for clusters of signals that reinforce and support each other. For example, if you notice someone is avoiding eye contact, fidgeting constantly, and speaking in a nervous tone, that's a much stronger indication that they're feeling uncomfortable or anxious than if they were just displaying one of those behaviors in isolation. By looking for these interconnected patterns of body language, vocal cues, and subconscious behaviors, you'll be able to form a more holistic and accurate understanding of what's really going on in a person's mind. It's a skill that takes practice, but once you get the hang of spotting these clustered signals, you'll be amazed at how much insight you can gain into someone's true thoughts and feelings. Number 10. Ask insightful questions. Sometimes, the best way to really understand someone is to simply ask them questions that prompt deeper self-reflection. By posing open-ended inquiries that encourage people to share their thoughts, feelings, and experiences, you can gain invaluable insights into their inner world. The key is to create a safe, non-judgmental space where they feel comfortable opening up. Ask questions that show genuine interest and curiosity, and be an active, empathetic listener. You might be surprised by how much people are willing to reveal when they feel truly heard and understood. For example, try asking questions like, "What's been on your mind lately?" or "How are you feeling about that situation?" Avoid questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no, and instead focus on prompting more expansive, introspective responses. The more you can get someone to reflect on their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences, the better you'll be able to understand their motivations, values, and decision-making processes. It's an incredibly powerful technique for reading people that goes beyond mere observation and into the realm of true understanding. Number 11. Practice active listening. Effective reading of people doesn't just require keen observation, it also demands a high level of active listening. When you're engaged in a conversation with someone, resist the urge to simply formulate your own responses. Instead, focus on fully understanding the other person's perspective, taking in not just their words, but the underlying emotions and subtext as well. Demonstrate your attentiveness by reflecting back what you've heard, asking clarifying questions, and showing genuine interest in their experiences. This level of engaged, empathetic listening is crucial for building trust and rapport, but it also provides you with valuable insights into the other person's thought processes and decision-making. You might pick up on subtle vocal cues, spot inconsistencies between their words and body language, or gain a deeper understanding of their underlying motivations. By honing your active listening skills, you'll become a master at reading people and navigating complex interpersonal dynamics. It's a skill that takes practice, but the rewards are immense. Number 12. Cultivate empathy and compassion. At the heart of becoming a true master of reading people is the ability to approach others with empathy and compassion. When you genuinely care about understanding someone's perspective and seeing the world through their eyes, you'll be far more attuned to the nuanced emotional cues and behavioral signals that reveal their inner thoughts and feelings. Empathy allows you to pick up on the subtle shifts in mood, the fleeting expressions of vulnerability, and the unspoken needs and desires that shape a person's actions. Cultivating compassion, on the other hand, helps you interpret those signals with kindness and understanding, rather than judgment or assumption. It's about approaching every interaction with an open heart and a sincere desire to connect, rather than simply looking for ways to read or manipulate people. When you operate from a place of empathy and compassion, you'll find that people are far more likely to open up and reveal their authentic selves to you. So as you continue to hone your people reading skills, don't forget to also nurture your capacity for empathy and compassion. It's not just about becoming an expert observer, it's about becoming a truly insightful and emotionally attuned human being. There you have it, 12 proven psychological tricks that will forever transform the way you read and understand the people in your life. From observing body language and vocal cues to spotting microexpressions and analyzing mirroring behavior, these powerful techniques will give you unparalleled insight into the thoughts, feelings, and intentions of those around you. But becoming a true master of human perception requires more than just honing your observational skills. It demands cultivating empathy, compassion, and active listening, the ability to truly connect with others on a profound level. When you approach every interaction with an open heart and sincere desire to understand, you unlock a level of interpersonal understanding that few ever achieve. Imagine the doors that will open when you can intuitively grasp what others are thinking and feeling. The deeper connections you'll forge, the conflicts you'll navigate with ease, the opportunities you'll uncover, the possibilities are endless. No longer will you be an observer, but an active participant in the rich tapestry of human dynamics. So don't just watch and listen, engage. Don't just read people, connect with them. Unlock your full potential as a master of human perception and witness your personal and professional relationships reach new heights of trust, collaboration, and success. Are you ready to take your people skills to the next level? Then let's get started on putting these 12 psychological tricks into practice. The future you, the one who can read people like an open book, is closer than you think. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video and found the information helpful, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future uploads. Give this video a like and share it with your friends and family who might also find it interesting. We're here to help you learn and grow, so let us know in the comments what other topics you'd like us to cover. Until next time, keep learning and shining bright with Lumina Learn.